Good morning. Today is day 5 of our road trip adventure. We find ourselves in Shanksville, Pennsylvania at the Flight 93 Memorial. The Tower of Voices is a monumental 93-foot tall musical instrument. It marks the gateway to and from this expansive living memorial landscape. 40 chimes represent the voices of 40 courageous passengers and crew members who took a vote to come together and fight terrorism on the morning of September 11th, 2001. The music of the chime is a living tribute to those 40 men and women, many whose last message to loved ones were through telephone calls and recorded voice messages. So unfortunately, there's almost no wind today. You need 12 to 15 miles per hour to hear the chimes. So we're gonna have to go online and maybe grab some of those recordings and insert them here. Prior to becoming the Flight 93 National Memorial, this area was actually a strip mine which closed in 1995, but prior to that, it was farmland. Beyond us down the hill is a small town of Lambertville. Residents here in Lambertville were watching in horror as the Twin Towers had been struck, and it was only later that they heard horrific sounds of Flight 93 crashing. As this map here shows, Flight 93 took off from Newark, New Jersey, and was on its way to San Francisco when the hijackers took over the plane and turned it around. They were headed for Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. After reaching out to loved ones and hearing from others that planes were being used as missiles, the courageous crew and passengers decided to do something about it. I don't know, took a lot to do that, but they saved many lives and lost their own. Local authorities determined very quickly that there were no survivors here at the crash site, so they secured it for federal investigators. These series of signs at the memorial site really put it into perspective and let you know what really happened here and what was happening around the United States on September 11th, 2001. As we walk alongside this barrier here, behind us is the crash debris field, and only family members are allowed in there. This wall of names represents everyone's lives who was lost on the flight, and if you follow this path, it heads straight to the crash site. Straight ahead, that large boulder is the impact site. It was moved here to mark the location. I remember September 11th, 2001, I was at work. My wife called me and told me Twin Towers had been struck, and everybody at work was getting phone calls. And I stayed there for a while, but eventually went home in shock and disbelief and just watched the TV screen. The towers burning, people running, the horror. Our nation was under attack. I'll never forget that day, and this place brings back some of those memories. This is the 7th video in my 2021 road trip finale, where I visited 7 national park sites in 6 days. The Flight 93 National Memorial is the 3rd of 6 national park sites I visited. Be sure to check out the other videos in the playlist above or at the end of this video. We are walking by the visitor center here on the exact flight path where Flight 93 crashed. From here just outside the visitor center, we can see overview of the wall of names. Straight in front of us, over to the left is the memorial. And that field with that rock straight ahead is where the plane crashed. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by hitting the like button, subscribing, and commenting. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video.